Part 1, then 2. All in one. Take one.
3, 2, 1, go.
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael Lee Murphy. I'm one half of the Brothers Murph. It's time for Meta Game Minute. If you hear any of that, the tree stuff going on, don't even worry about it. It's just beautification for the neighborhood. Today, I want to talk about games that are hard. I, in general, like hard games. I don't mind it. But is there a point where a hard game is too hard? Is there a level where you're just like, I can't anymore? What is too difficult? How difficult is too difficult? With this topic, I tend to think of cooperative games, where us as a table are trying to overcome the game itself. There are hard games in terms of like weight and complexity. I'm talking about the game itself is hard, so usually it's you versus the game to some degree. There are some really tough ones we enjoy. We enjoy the adventures of Robinson Crusoe. It's a very tough, brutal survival game that you probably won't win most of the time. Spirit Island is quite hard, although I think it might be more of there's a tough learning curve versus the game itself being so hard, although it's not easy. And then one game that we had in our collection, left our collection, but now has come back into our lives in a digital form is the Dresden Files card game. This is a cooperative game that takes you through the Dresden Files, which is a very popular book series that we both quite like. It's personally my favorite book series of all time, and it follows around the adventures of Harry Dresden, who's a modern-day wizard who's a private investigator running around modern-day Chicago, and it's great. It's high fantasy in our world. And so there is a card game that will take you through the different books. Each book of the series will present a different scenario of cards, and in this game you're having to solve some cases and attack some foes, overcome some foes. And you use all of the popular characters from the Dresden Files, all the ones that you love, and it's very difficult. Basically, you're going to have two rows. You're going to build out a tableau of badness in front of you. There's going to be those cases you have to solve and those foes, and it's all about using your cards and the fate system of action points that you all share to overcome these things. And a lot of cards are very powerful, but they cost a lot of fate. And so if I don't have any fate on my turn, and I know Nick is going to play a really powerful card, I can discard a card, and instead of spending the fate to use that card, I gain the fate for discarding it. So it's really a tight game of deciding how to strategically discard cards, how to very tactically use some special powers that each character has. You can only use your stunt once in the game. And so every turn I feel like is a moment where I'm like, ooh, there's a big decision to make. It's very important that you do it correctly. And as a result, because that tableau of cards and the way that it plays out, the things that are furthest left are the things that you can attack most easily. Things that are further on, you need a card that has the range to attack that, or you can move things around. It's very difficult. And so the game can often come down to the layout of those cards. There's a little bit of luck with that in terms of how those cards get drawn out. And then it's all about mitigating what happened. Like, how do I get these things in the right order? And it's a very difficult game. So this game is very hard. We didn't win very often. And I feel like with the physical version of the game, we got a little bit frustrated with, like, sometimes you lay out a tableau in front of you and you're like, no, right away, like, this is going to be nearly impossible. I don't know how we're going to ever do this. And maybe that's just we need to get better as players, or maybe it's just like the game itself is sort of a bit beholden to the luck of the draw. So we ended up getting rid of the game and we gave it away in one of our big giveaways, and then it came out on the Nintendo Switch. And we're like, ooh, because I do love the Dresden Files, and I really enjoyed that game, and I enjoyed the fate system, and I enjoyed the difficulty level for the most part. And now with the digital version of the game, you can play games a little quicker because you don't have to do all of that setup. It does it digitally for you. And so that made it more playable to me because there's less time before and after each play that I'm doing work, so it allows me to just get to the play. And then I don't mind if I lose a few times in a row because I can play the game quicker. But that's one of those games that I feel like, at least for the physical, it was just too difficult. It's too hard for us to truly enjoy. So I'm curious for you out there, do you enjoy games that are incredibly difficult to overcome? If it's a solo game, a co-op game, or whatever, what challenge level do you want? Like in a co-op, I want it to be hard. I want to have a 33% success rate. 1 out of every 3 goes that we're trying the crew, I would love to succeed at that mission and move on. That makes me feel like I've earned it. That makes me feel like I had to be smart and clever, but it was doable. It wasn't completely out of my hands. I felt like it was within me to accomplish. I just had to figure out how. So that's kind of my success rate that I want, or the difficulty level that I want in a tough co-op game. What do you like in co-op games? Do you want to be a breeze? Do you want to be a challenge? Do you want to be impossible, but then you get ultimate glory the one time you succeed? Put your thoughts on tough games in the comments below, and how difficult is too difficult? Has there been a game for you that's just been too hard? It's too hard. I'm over it. I'm out. Can't do it. Let me know any of those games in the comments below, because for Restoration Files, Physical was one of those games. We said, nah, I can't do it. If you're new to us, welcome everybody. You're now part of Team Bing Bong just by watching this video. So smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification. We have all sorts of different videos coming out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumb down. Let us know, again, all your thoughts on difficult games in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next one. And just remember that whether you like your games easy or super duper impossible, the more meta, the more better. Thank you so much for joining me in Meta Game Minute. Now, some games are difficult. Hopefully watching our videos is not very difficult. In fact, if you want to watch more stuff, you can click over here, which will take you to something really cool. If you click down there, it'll take you to something else really cool. And if you like, please subscribe to us. This makes it look like I'm begging, because I'm literally clawing at you. And if that's too much, just let me know in the comments below. And in the meantime, have a great day.